My 3 words, I love poetry. Look at this room. Look at this room of people. My old school friends, my poetry friends, my family. All here. I appreciate all of you so much. First poem I'm going to do. This is the poem that I brought to BYOB for the first time in Croydon. I think it was in May or July. I can't remember. It's been a whirlwind. It's about technology. I'm surrounded by phones as I do this one, so. A time where crystal ball and Merlin were myth. Now we walk every day with fortune tied to the end of our fingertips. A device that knows you better than you. Mirror, mirror, behind the paywall, who knocked the tree to let the poisoned apple fall? One bite for a feast, the mark of the beast. Enjoy it. I wear it, you wear it. Or you're holding hands with an android. Enjoy it. I wear it, you wear it. Or you're holding hands with an android. Yeah, I've got a smartphone. I've also got a smart spine bone that I keep straight to directly communicate between my hands and my dome. I use my smart glass to be a smart ass. To see through prophecies and hype, I'm the predictive type. I don't know about tech support. I need bro support. Like girls with big tits need bra support.
We do.
Some people are only living through social media. Like them, they're on like support. Losing, confusing our natural rhythm with the algorithm. They're tracking our eyes and seeking us out. There's too many websites asking for our cookie preferences like Girl Scouts. Setting up camp in our minds, dividing us into camps, organized into privates, troops behind the blue badge. If you care about my privacy, get out of my living room. Trying to get rid of these brands is like trying to move IKEA out of my living room. Fuck. I'm glad I'm living in this room and not a virtual space. For our next trip, we'll make Zoom disappear into your face. How's that for a new user interface? It's all tied together. They lied to our face. We'll never be reimbursed for the lockdown. We've been versed in new age migrations. From Earth uploading to digital space. From family run to corporate overrun. I know we need to care for our rainforest, but did we have to grow Amazon? Because I want to stay here, on Earth. Fuck the metaverse. I don't think that we could compose a better verse in this universe. I'm speaking to shut down the metaverse, and you'll see me USB drive it away in a metal hearse. So take off your goggles. Open your third eye if you're that way inclined. It's black suit and tie in nature's cathedral. And for the deceased, virtual reality, please join me in attending VR's funeral. Because I'm trying to prevent a future like the Matrix. They want to put us in bars like a Twix, symbiotically merge us with the system until any thought, any independent movement is a glitch. Pump food directly through your body like a drip. I'm coming to you, the fuel of the future, the complete meal, fueled. Can feed you any sucrose or glucose when you're medically induced comatose. It all starts with those Bitcoin billionaires set up with their startup so they can change the global setup. And in the next generation, rather than a heartbeat, the CPU in you will get set up like a DJ with a heartbeat. See through Microsoft's windows to diagnose the startup. Married to the machine, living digital dreams. The next time that you go fishing, you'll catch digital bream in a gigabyte stream. And nothing tastes sweeter than virtual reality ice cream. And I mean ice cream, we should all scream, it's virtual reality already. I miss the days when propaganda came through the telly. And seeing is believing. Can't you see how close we are to futile nightmares, far from future dreaming? And a Radiohead sings about being a creep. And maybe I'm the weirdo, but I'm closing the window and shutting the Bill Gates, and those CEO entrepreneurs aren't coming through my back door. Their connections are strong, but their morals are poor. I'm sure I don't want to live to see our lives played through. Fantasy lies behind closed eyes. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you to the 2 mobile phones again recording me. Even in front of him. This next poem I wrote for the poets. Yes. Because I've been there sitting in those chairs. There's no backrest, you've really got to stay there, focused. It could be 3 hours, waiting to get up. And we spend days, weeks, months preparing this material. And we get 4 minutes and then it's back again, And as there's, I think, more than one poet in the room, I need you to help me out with the first line, okay? Just the first line. So, all rise from our seats to our feet. All rise from our seats to our feet and say amen.
Amen.
Thank you, please be seated. Every time. Okay, you're in church now. Glorious Father, open the heavens and the mic. We're word playing with fire to set this church of our poetic faith alight. Where rhymes grow like grapes, in this vineyard of lines like vines, intoxicating words until our blood becomes wine. Through our divine communion, words on the page are unbottled and poured out all over this stage. We've had happy and sad, roses and rosé, poets from row Z to row A. Tried, tired, tied by blood ties to this church of all creeds, where we forgive all misdeeds, though some people do be saying a lot. The only line us poets clock you stumbling over is the thin line on the face of our watch. But we might get grim and cut you off like life if you run out of time. We are gathered here today because in poetry everybody has something to say. This is our shrine, and we're dying to make our offering, sacrificing our fear to speak our truth and alter our lives. We are already worthy. I can feel it in the way we're shuffling our feet. Welcome. Welcome to church. We all came here starving for something, and since 3, I haven't had anything to eat. Let that hunger be long lasting. I don't know if I believe in God, but clearly I'm fasting. Let the words that I father be the longest lasting, because all poets believe in this divinity. We spend all day, a couple of weeks preparing forever for our 4-minute slot. How do you explain acts of creation in that world logically? Because once the words are out of our mouths, we know they're literally out of our hands. On stage, we're in touch with some higher power that could reorchestrate our entire life plans. This is our closest communicating connection to fate. Who knows what future stage we will meet? Tomorrow is our blind date. This is the difference between speaking words and spoken word. This is our heart on the line. We have one chance, make a soul mistake and we lose it. Us poet priests roaming the streets, hoping to preach because we can't miss a beat. Dealing with failure is fine. I'm metaphorically praying, sooner death come, then deliver a flat line. Because our body of poetical work becomes our temple. If we bring the light, what shine will we inherit? In our different directions, we're always aiming for consistency because all ways lead to the spirit. Our kind are pantheistic. All poets are praised in this promised land. but sometimes my mind is monotheistic. I want to be the one and only poet that we worship. But that's how angels are cast from heaven to hell, and this land of light becomes shadow. I stand on bones with no marrow. Put your watch away, but keep watching, because I got more time on my hands to be carried away in my own flow to wherever this path of faith permits us to go. This river is lyrical. I can't perform miracles, but right now, I'm a performing miracle. If you don't have eyes to see, you ought to have ears to hear that I talk on water. Universe reflected in my page. Us poets, maybe we don't get paid, but water is healing, and our hands always hold change. Thank you. Come on. So, I have a job. I'm sorry, correct answer. It's a little job, it's a little job. I earn enough to survive. And then while I'm surviving, I'm trying to write, I'm trying to create. I've got so many things that I want to bring into this world. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So many of us come here questioning if we were born just to do these jobs. Maybe we have a purpose, a dream, some kind of passion. And it's always a conflict, a battle between how much time we can get into it and how much time is lost. So, I'm actually going to take this out because this is a bit of a weird setup. It's like a crane. I'm serious, like this is a weird. Thank you, Metaphorest. People my age live lives that run parallel to our dreams. Kept half alive, we walk that line. Grown up, we still fantasize about that other world like Narnia. So we lie in, watch Instagram business tips to get rich, then check our reflection in the wardrobe. But it's plain to see when we've outgrown fantasy. It's plain to see when we've outgrown fantasy. Our carefree joy is held and preserved in our memories. We settle like dust for the cracked mirror's edge where the image of our inner child hides. A shard just clear enough to see, but sharp enough to cut the tether between our adult ideal that we can't fulfill and that scared, sacred child we see, long to be with and feel free to believe in. But our belief in ourselves is a barren tree. We be leafless. And tears in a desert must be a mirage. People my age, we all have that dream. If you think you don't, look again. You might see that every day we run parallel to that dream. It's always with us. It leads us or we distort it. Inside, we know we can't live and escape it. It's the flute that calms and charms the snake pit. Because we wind ourselves up with suspenseful potential, then find another way to release the tension. Like we don't trust ourselves enough to make the leap across to the other side of our lives, where we're waiting for ourselves to stop breaking our backs in limbo. Because we remember the bedtime stories but sleep on ourselves as heroes. Now Peter Pan's crocodile tears are consumed by time. While we know that giving into those emotional tides, the rising blues and falling waters, is a step that leads to a clearer reflection, leaves clear tracks to follow back to our wholeness. My child, my son, when we are one, we can count upon ourselves to add up to adults. People my age are 23, not free. University was our last catch and release, a 3 or 4 year lease to be immature. But just like us, our loans never fully mature. So fuck it, we ball in the city's sprawl, while big cheeses roll around and say we can help ourselves to old cliches from their boards, like pain is brief, grin and camembert it. It's a damn shame, but it's for good or for worse. Horace. Pain is brief. Grin and camembert it. It's a damn shame, but it's for good or for worse. They say life gets better. I'm sure that's what all creditors say to their debtors. Meanwhile, they tighten our fetters. It's for you, though. We're semi-skimmed milk, in debt for the ingredients, but still can't make cheddar. So we fall in with easy company. We're bought by companies, a product of how we're brought up, scooped up by arms dealers, behind the scenes boob feelers. But then we touch ourselves up because nobody feels us. Untamed nostalgia, unharnessed nostalgia. People my age smoke weed because the last time we had fun was when we rolled in the grass. People my age smoke weed because the last time we had fun was when we rolled in the grass. We rolled down hills and role played, I'm the king of the castle. Now we play dress up in suits for roles that are suitable. And unless alcohol is involved, then fun is unsuitable. But we're underage. They see us as unfortunate children. Job interviews aren't even for jobs anymore. We're up for adoption, like we're looking for a new member to join our family. Fuck off with the false parental guidelines. Just give us our salary. Because we are choked up in tired necks. Forfeit for our paychecks, but still gone too soon. We pray for change in our white collar cocoons. Thank you very much. Okay, last piece I have for you guys. It's about a topic close to my heart. You know this one, yeah?
Is this the triple X?
Yeah, this is a triple X one. There's no kids in the room, I don't think, so I think we're safe. Someone came up to me after a show and they said, man, I love your poetry. It's like a really enjoyable puzzle where you got to listen to it and then it clicks. It's like, wow. Thank you. I guess I see that sometimes. But this one, whenever I share this one, it usually encourages people to come talk to me after. Someone even started reading their own poem to me. I was like, come on. And this is something that people don't really talk about. I'm 100% sure that at least some people in this room will know what I'm talking about, and also know that no one talks about it. So, yeah. My mental health has been a tug of civil war with pornography. My mental health has been a tug of civil war with pornography. It's watching women making money in the industry, while every clip I see is a gamble. I potentially throw away my shot at ever having my own family.
Come bars.
No, he didn't. Oh, that's on the recording as well now. Ever having my own family. We're imprisoned in our minds because sex sells by the gram.
Yeah.
It's okay though, these victims are only fans. That addiction cost me more than money. Our addictions cause us to hide our truths behind being funny. Like that squirrel from Ice Age, I chased a nut and broke my whole reality. Teenage me saw more tits and arse than the entirety of mankind in the past 200 centuries. Don't question me when I say that's unhealthy. Because this online culture is a malevolent force that preys on young minds. I got so used to seeing women naked, I didn't know what to say to you when you were clothed. So women are objectified, but men watching for free are the commodity. Hooked by our own sense of sensual sexual novelty, how many men have the strength to deny paradise through the screen? How many men are suffering hell smiling inside paradise behind a screen? I clenched that double-edged sword between my teeth like bitter silverware and cut my tongue on the taste. It's funny, I dreamed of women with nothing to wear, but emotionally naked women saved me from that nightmare. I was cured without touching. Blind eyes are the most receptive to healing. I saw that my life was backwards because sex to me was meaningless. But once I came to truly know a woman, I found meaning in sex, because sex is one act where body should come before mind. Eye to eye, let hearts rhythmically collide to intertwine. I saw that light so bright, my inner moths disregarded the little flames online. And in the fire of that sun, my son, I picked up my seeds of dust and decided to plant my new life. Thank you, everyone. I've been Jaime.